we are back. Fwiz and Puckett up in the booth, and man, Fwiz, this one has gone back and forth.
Yeah.
Each team kind of dominating in their game types.
Yeah, I think you hit it right on the nail there, because Unite just put the hands all over them in hardpoint. I mean, that was just brutal. But then Prime Example answered back just as equally in their search and destroy game.
They put hands back on Unite.
Absolutely did. So now CTF here, game number 3. I want to say Unite's going to be able to come back here in a run and gun, and with how well Slacked was slaying in game number 1, that he'll be able to do that in a CTF game. We've got Slums back-to-back no matter what since the series 1-1, so we're going to see him play CTF and then Hardpoint on here. So this is a great opportunity for Prime Example to just take one of these game modes.
Right.
They don't need to take CTF and Hardpoint, just take one of them from them, because with how dominant they were in Search and Destroy, if they can move it to a game number 5, they'll close it out in Search and Destroy. So really, it's kind of, you got to look at it like that, take it one mode at a time. This is an opportunity where Unite, though, definitely got to win these next 2 games if they're going to close it out. It's pretty much how the cookie crumbles. I did just say that and use that.
It happened.
Yeah,
you guys liked it too.
Yeah, don't
now,
judge.
I just looked back after our last game. After game 1, the crowd erupted for Unite Gaming.
Yeah.
After game number 2, it was pretty quiet. So I want to ask Anaheim, California, who is a Prime Example fan out there?
Oh, well, there you go. That's why it was so quiet.
All right. Optic Gaming loves Unite.
Big timers. He was a Prime Example fan.
Now, how many Unite Gaming fans do we have out there?
A little bit louder. Oh, my big timer, the Optic Gaming squad representing for both games. Big timer, the biggest fan of them all in the front row. We'll be seeing him later on tonight.
Oh man, Optic versus Evil around 9:30 tonight. You see Rambo there as well.
That's a brotherhood right there between those 2 guys. Rambo and Big Timer, they played many years together, but not anymore.
All right, but
still best buds though.
It seems
unbelievable.
Back to you, Big T. All right, well, game number 3 is coming up next. We just have our players doing their classes, getting ready. In CTF, what kind of different classes do you think we're going to see on Slums? We, of course, are going to see the score streaks become more important than ever.
Yeah.
Flag-stopping score streaks, but do you think we're going to see more SMGs or ARs? Because Slums is kind of a small map.
Some of those anchor positions, though, you'll see the ARs roll out. But yeah, you're definitely going to see the SMGs out. I mean, now with no FAL as well, that's out of the equation, which was dominating the game. So you get to see the AN-94, the M8s out there. You'll see the MSMCs. So it's going to be a nice, healthy split between the ARs and SMGs. There is plenty of close quarter combat that happens around around their area, so they will have the SMGs out. So I'm looking forward to both these teams. This is Prime Example. Can they keep that rhythm and tempo going that they were able to establish in Search and Destroy, carry that into Slum CTF? We're waiting for all of the players to kind of get in here, get organized, and we'll be good to go here shortly.
Yeah, Davis just went huge. We saw him with the sniper. He went absolutely off. Cosmo is right behind him. I think if these two keep slaying like they were last game, they are going to have this CTF. But Slacked is going to be the X factor for Unite. He was the one dominating. There you see him getting ready, having a nice little sip of his juice before he gets this one going. Slacked, he went 40-plus kills in game number 1. Going into the 7th round, he only had 1 kill in Search and Destroy. He's going to have to bring it like he did in game number 1 if we're going to see Unite take the lead in this series.
Yeah, he struggled in SND. He did not bring over that swagger that he had from game 1 into game 2 at all. And now Prime Example, it looked like they're coming alive. I mean, they were zombies here to start off the tournament. They got a little bit more of their blood pressure going here. So without further ado, let's kick off game number 3. It's going to be Capture the Flag on Slums.
All right, so we're headed to the Republic of Panama, and it's going to get crazy, of course. Capture the flag, go to your opponent's base, grab the flag, bring it back to yours. The team that has the most caps at the end of our 2 5-minute rounds will take the game. We are kicking this one off with Fizzerp, and he is following Saints. Saints is going to go through the middle. It looks like Fizzerp is going to get some help as Unite wants to lock down Bricks at the start. And Fizzerp, surprisingly, is pulling out the AN-94. That tells me he wants to lock down the left side of the map. Meanwhile, though, his teammate Neslo, also an AN-94, excuse me, his opponent Neslo, also with an AN-94. Why is everyone going with these ARs, and what does that tell you?
Yeah, no, I mean, you're going to have some nice long-distance lines of shooting here. Me beforehand, I was talking about anchor rules and positions. I jumped the gun like we were on game number 4 hardpoint. So a little bit different here, although it's going to be on slums. We're on CTF right now, and now you see Neslo. We're on board with him. He's going to be able to. Both teams. This time, he's just a little bit sitting back, trying to get his team set up before they make a push. However, Unite starting to make some ground here to engage.
Big
Neslo trying to stop it off there. Neslo and Davis pick up 2 critical kills. Another one on Nameless. So now that they drop them, you're going to start seeing them engage and push towards flag a little bit. But Unite, Fizzerp just comes up big with 2 kills there and keeping Prime Example on the back of their heels here in their own base.
Let's stay on board with Fizzerp through the respawn as we get back on board with Unite Gaming. And Fizzerp, he was the last man up. He just lost all 3 of his teammates, and he picked up that 2-piece in the middle of the map. Absolutely huge play there. That gave his team an opportunity to push out, and now it's going to be tough for Prime to push in. You can see the kill feed. It's going in both directions. One for Prime, the other for Unite. Back and forth, as I have a feeling this is going to be a very low-scoring game. Let's stay on board and see what Fizzerp's doing. It looks like he thinks there's a player over here, and he is definitely looking to lock down this blue control.
Yeah, Fizzerp's starting to move back there, and he knows, yeah, like you said, there it is. And he does pick up that kill, takes out Davis, sees one more, and as he's reloading, is taken out there by Cosmo. Prime able to pick up 3 kills, and then Revan make it a 4, so drops all 4 of them, allowing Prime Example to move up on the map. They have not gotten past Statue yet, so they need to start dropping some of these Unite players so they can move up and engage.
And I really love what Cosmo's doing here. He has blue control. He doesn't see it, but there is a player currently in blue. Now he spots him. He's going to call that out, and basically, boys, if you have blue control, your teammates are going to spawn pretty close to you. They're going to get the farthest forward possible spawn on this map. So this tells me Prime wants to get aggressive. Cosmo now going to start making his move. They had 3 down. Unfortunately, he just lost Davis. So the push, it's going to slow down. Cosmo has to stay alive, has to keep this control. Otherwise, it's going to be control for Unite Gaming. And here we go as we jump on board with Saints.
So yeah, now that they were able to pick up that kill, Unite, you've got the entire Prime team that's going to be spawning in the back again. So huge move there that they were able to take him out, and now they'll be able to get that spawn back again for him. But still, this Prime team almost seems afraid to push Unite too much, because Unite has been in their base and past the Statue, which is kind of like the 50-yard line for this map.
And look at those stats, man. 9-6 from Fizzerp, 9-6 from Neslo. And then you see Nameless and Revan really going positive, their teammates going negative. So it's kind of really interesting. Both teams so evenly matched in the CTF, and both teams have 2 players who are performing really well and 2 players who are struggling to maintain control. I think we're going to see the first flag cap in the second half of this game, and it's really going to come from which team can get this score streak first, who can go on that big run.
I mean, that's essentially what you're trying to see Prime do, is like, you know, if we're going to sit back here, kind of set up a perimeter, let's try to get some kind of score streak, get a rhythm going. They've not been able to do that. You've seen Unite just get aggressive. They've not been able to get even a flagpole. They've come close to it, but Prime's able to stop it. Nice. Saints and Nameless, a duo here, picking up some kills. So with 1 minute and 6 seconds left on the clock, this is a team that's going to try to make a push. Neslo, great stop, but Slack still moving down here, was able to pick up a kill, moves in there, gets the hit markers, not able to connect on the kill, going to switch his guns, wait patiently, see if someone's going to advance out, and they do, but he was not able to get Cosmo. Nice pickup there.
All right, going back over to Nameless as well. Saints is doing all the distraction work with Slack in the middle there. Nameless ran up through blue, got the kills. They look like they're trying to go for a bricks pull, and we're going to see what Slack can do in the middle. Can they get total control? 30 seconds left, so this is basically the last push. And remember, these players, they need to start thinking about streaks. Revan's on a 2-kill spree. That's a big kill, shut him down. And Slack, he's not going to get very far. Saints now pushing in. 20 seconds. This is enough time to go for a cap. You need to play it nearly perfectly. And that defensive stand is going to make it a 0-0 tie in our first half. Let's take a look at our stats in the final 10 seconds. 13-9 from Neslo. 14-9 from Neslo, or from Nameless, excuse me. Both players going big. Fizzerp now positive. On the other side, it's Revan positive for Prime Example.
Neslo had some really good stops. Just because they weren't flag returns, because I think, you know, Unite only touched the flag once, but Neslo was making some very critical stops where Unite was starting to advance on that flag, where they would have pulled that flag and potentially captured. So you got to give it up to Neslo. Prime was kind of stuck back here the entire side, So now they're going to switch sides here. Let's see if we can see the Prime example team push Unite a little more.
Prime's going to win this game.
You think so?
I'm going to tell you right now, they were on the worst side over there at the bottom spawn. Now they have the more advantageous spawn. They got Neslo ripping it up. He has the most kills in the game at the moment with at least 15. I feel like they have the momentum. Cosmo's on a 3-kill spree, and early on in the start of this round, Prime has total dominance. Here comes your flag.
Oh yeah, I mean, geez, they just went in there like it was their flag to take, man, and they just grabbed it. So look at
Neslo going absolutely huge. Cosmo on a 6-kill spree at the cop car. Everything is set up perfectly. They did lose their protectors, so now Revan is going to have to go big in the middle of the map. Highlighted. A long-range Semtex is going to take down our flag carrier. Neslo trying to get there, has a player behind him as well. Can he turn? No. Big return from Saints. And now Fizzerp trying to go for the counter pull. All 4 dead for Unite Gaming. That was an absolutely huge defensive stand.
I
didn't see who got
Nameless,
that Semtex.
I think it was Nameless that got the Semtex. I'm not 100% sure, but whoever it was an absolute G, because he dropped that perfectly, like just a dime right there, and then they were able to get the return, because that was a flag cap, man. There was nothing stopping him other than that Semtex.
We got to see if Cosmo was able to get his score streaks. We saw him on a 6-kill spree, and he did get 7. So has the Hellstorm, has the Lightning Strike available, and these plays, he can use them offensively, but normally you see these played on a very defensive situation. Trying to get this flag out. Saints is there to shut it down, as well as Slacked. The flag is at home, and now Fizzerp is starting to go for a flag of his own as Unite Gaming is pushing up aggressively.
Yeah, I mean, you can't count out Unite, although they had trouble pulling that flag to try to grab this one if they catch Prime example pushing really heavily or whatever the case may be. So you do the nice thing. You've got Prime back there. I believe Cosmo, Cosmo's got some great score streaks going as well. So let's see if Saints can move in here and get another flagpole. They've set up. They're in a good spawn now. And now he's going to try to get Davis in his sights and take him out.
This is his 5th kill, so this will put him at least at 500 points. You need 700 to get that Hellstorm. Let's see what Saints can do, and no streaks for him. We're going to Slack. Slack trying to sneak up on this flag. He's got his teammate Fizzerp right behind him as they're going to be very aggressive. Neslo knows where he's at, but Slack able to handle one. Unites. Fizzerp goes down as well. Big plays here out of Prime example as they retake control. 2:30 left on the clock. It's been going back and forth. But so far, I feel like Prime has had control of this game.
Yeah, Prime example, really, they sniffed that one out on Unite that was trying to pull a fast one there to get that flag. They were having none of that as we were on board with Cosmo. He gets taken out. We're going to switch over to the Unite squad here in Slack, see what they're able to do. Again, holding the spawn, and they got to start making moves here. 2 minutes and 10 seconds. You saw Prime was doing so well. They pulled a couple flags early on. I mean, within that first 15 seconds, what they did on this side. They've slowed down a little bit with this aggression. Unite's starting to creep back in here. Have had some shots at the flag. You can't allow that to happen anymore. They need to get back to that aggression and push up, pull another flag.
We're going to stay on board with Slack through this life, and then I'm going to switch over to Fizzerp. He's on a 4-kill spree. He's actually just going to be cleaned up. But I did like Fizzerp's idea. On his last life, he started to play for his streaks, playing very patiently. You saw him get aggressive as his whole team wanted to push forward together. They're running 1 by 1 at a time. This is not how you cap on this map. Nameless won't be able to get it out. It seems like these guys are getting a little bit desperate. Prime example still has these score streaks. I wouldn't be surprised now if we go to a 0-0 tie after our first 10 minutes and force some stopwatch overtime. But look out for Fizzerp. He's flanked through blue. Here could be Unite's opportunity. Both flags being pulled, as it looks like Prime example is going to have the flags in the hands of Revan.
Yeah, so Revan's got it for Prime. You've got Fizzerp for Unite. Both flags out. He's going to get out of here. Smart play by Fizzerp because they were trying to cut him off there, and now he's just going to hold it. This is awesome.
This is Prime's map right here. If Neslo gets the kill on Fizzerp, Revan runs it home. Neslo gets the return. Revan is there. 1-0. 50 seconds left on the clock. It's not over yet, Quiz, but Unite has about 2 pushes to make this work. Otherwise, they're going to find themselves down 2-1 in our best of 5, 1 game away from the loser's bracket.
That was huge. I mean, what a big stop there to get that flag return. Revan was able to pull that one home. I believe it was Revan.
And really,
28 seconds left on the clock. That's it, man. In Prime example, what a great CTF game they played there, Puckett.
So what I saw in that game, what was the determining factor was Cosmo's score streaks. We called it. Whoever gets score streaks first, they're going to win that game. Cosmo didn't get the kill with this Hellstorm, but he forced Fizzer back. Neslo knew his location as Cosmo was able to use that as a UAV, called him out, and then they were able to get the return as Revan defended himself twice to get that flag home. It was a team play.
Yeah.
And now, prime example, after getting kind of stomped out on a raid, has come roaring back, taking the SND, and after a very close fight, and CTF will be in our lead 2-1.
Yeah, so like we were talking about earlier, that's all prime example had to do. They had to win either this CTF game or that Slums game. I mean, I really feel like Unite's going to have a great opportunity because they've got Slums again, back-to-back maps. They're going to play on Hardpoint again. I mean, look at some of those. They struggled slaying where I think it was Neslo was at the top of the board there.
Neslo at 25, Revan at 24, Cosmo at 24 as well. Everyone played well.
Yeah, just took care of business. So we're going to keep it on Slums. It's going to be on Hardpoint. Unite's going to try to take their strong game mode back from prime example. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with a quick commercial break. We've got game number 4 coming up here, Unite versus prime example.